So let's talk about asking for the sale. Yep, asking people to give you, yes, you, money for that thing that you do. Scary, right? Asking for the sale in person, face to face, is the most nerve-wracking thing you'll ever do in business. And you think when you go online and you have an online business selling courses or ebooks or, whatever, you'd think it would make it a whole lot easier. You've got a sales page that does the selling for you. You'd think that would make it easier. Asking for the sale would be an absolute doddle. But it's just as hard online. You still have to take three people on the same journey as you would face-to-face. You still have to convince them, which is why we have these long-ass sales pages written by copywriters like me to take people on that journey. So you give them enough information to realize that you are the one to help them. Now, the trouble is, even though it's easier doing this online when you've got like a sales page to help you out and you don't have to do the face-to-face thing, it's still daunting to create a sales page. If you're an online business owner, even for copywriters, it's, looking at the blank page and having to create a sales page that takes customers from here to here is really daunting. So for business owners, it's even worse. The good thing is you don't have to pay a copywriter thousands of pounds to be able to do this, because I'm about to give you a tip that's going to make your life a whole lot easier. Now, it won't turn you into an A-list copywriter. It will not turn you into an A-list copywriter, but it will give you enough information to be able to bung up a sales page so that people can make an informed choice and decide whether to give you money or not. That's a low-end boast, but it's a hell of a lot better than spending weeks, months, years, however long, staring at a blank page, wondering what the hell am I going to type. So here's my tip. If you're struggling to make a sales page for a product, here's what you should do. So next time you go to a networking meeting or any kind of meeting where you're pitching a customer or you're having a chat, or, I'll give you another tip about this in a second, but anytime you're meeting somebody or you meet somebody at a networking event, say, and they express an interest in what you do and the kind of client that you could work with, maybe not an ideal client, but close enough. Before you start to give them your spiel, before you give them your spiel, I've turned into Sean Connery, before you give them your pitch, hit record on your phone. Ask to record it. Now tell them you're recording it, but ask them if it's okay to record it. Now, the reason you're going to do that is because a sales page is just telling somebody, taking them on the customer journey of the things you need to tell them. But you do that in real life. And the truth is, you already know all the stuff that's going to go on your sales page in your head. You might not know how to write a sales page. You might not think you know how to write a sales page. But every element of the sales page, in terms of like what's going to get their attention, what are the benefits, what are the pain points, what are the other things in the market that they've tried and failed with, what makes you different. You already know all of this. It's all in your head somewhere. So you get it out naturally in a conversation with people. But when it comes to sitting down and typing away on a computer, it feels really daunting. So recording your presentation will allow you to kind of create this first draft for your sales page. And do it again and again and again. And it's not going to be one of those cut, copy and paste and then throw it up on the internet and there you go. It'll need a fair bit of tweaking. But when you make your argument, when you make your pitch to the customer, you'll start off with something like, oh, I help people do this without this and without having to go through this. That will be your attention grabbing. And that's the perfect format for a headline. How to this without this, even if you're this. And then maybe you'd go into a bit more detail about what makes this different. And then maybe you'd go into your story about, well, for years I've been struggling with this. I tried this, but that didn't work because of this. I tried this. And there's just nobody that offered a solution for me. And this is the kind of stuff that makes up your story in your sales page, but you're just saying it out loud to people. So do that. Say it out loud, record it, and then use it as a kind of template for the written word, what you're going to create as a sales page. The other thing is, you don't need to wait for a one-to-one meeting at your local networking group to do this. You can just grab your phone, point it at yourself, and record yourself saying the pitch over and over again. Just go for it over and over again. The reason for doing this over and over again is a couple of reasons. The first one is you'll obviously hone it. You'll obviously be able to spot moments that don't flow, or where there's a gap, or where you need a little bit more proof. Maybe you'll say something out loud and go, well, I really should back up this claim that this product will make you 300% more attractive to the opposite sex. Maybe I should. And the other thing is, the more often you do this, you'll get ideas. And your mind will go off and create extra things, tangents, hooks, angles, all those kind of things, just by spouting it out. You don't need anybody else there. You can walk around your house just sounding like a madman, recording it into a dictaphone. But the more you do this, the more information you'll get, and the more it'll flow, and the more it'll sound like you, and the more it'll resonate with your customers, which is exactly what you're after. Again, it's not going to get to the point where you can just throw it up onto a page. But if you get this transcribed, you get a version you're happy with, you can put it on your webpage and then just edit it and tweak it so it looks good, it fits the graphics, and you've got sub-headlines and things like that. It's just a really good way of getting a first draft without having to sit there looking at endless copywriting templates or endless copywriting books, comparing yourself to how other websites look. It's your pitch. That's what a sales page is. It's you in print. So spiel it out, record it on your phone, get it on the paper, and just edit it and tweak it as you go. That's a great way to crank out a sales page if you're ever struggling. Don't hold back. Just go for it. Get something up there, and then tweak as you go, as you get feedback from customers and stuff like that. Hope you found that useful.